Welcome back to a brand new video. In this video, I'll be showing you how you can create a feature complete Discord bot using Python. So let's get started. Now, how will we make this bot? We're going to be making this bot using the discord.py framework. It's going to be handling user onboarding, moderation, role management, command-based interactions, logging plus environment-based token security. Okay, so now first thing you have to do is go into discord.com/developers/applications. You can log in using your Discord account. You can pause the video and give yourself some time to do that. After you're done, you can go into applications and click on new application. And then after that, you can type in a name. You can check the by clicking create, you agree to the Discord developer terms of service and developer policy. And then you can click create. I already have the bot set up. After you click on create, you're going to come up in a bot. Something like this. Now you have a name and lot of things. But first thing you have to do is go into bot. Why is that? Because we want to get our token to put in our Python. So how to get the token? So as I said, go into bot and click on reset token. Click on yes, do it, enter your password and click on submit. After you click on submit, your token will come up. Copy it, create a .env file and put it inside the .env file. I'm not going to be showing you my token for obvious reasons. But after you create your main .env file, the next thing that you can do is go into privileged gateway intents. Now, what is this? So this is like an intent for what your bot can do. So for example, we have this presence intent, which is required for your bot to receive present update events, and a server members intent and a message content intent. For our bot, we want to make a required for your bot to receive events listed under guild members. So we want to save our server members intent and the message content intent. So over here, you can also read more about your intents over here inside this. So you can just go here, and then after that, you can read about your privileged intents. I'm going to be allowing you to see the link in the description below. But after you are done, you can go into OAuth 2. Inside OAuth 2, you're going to be making the link for people to be able to access your bot. Now, be sure that in bot, your bot is a public bot. In OAuth 2, you can generate an invite link for your application by picking the scopes and permissions it needs to function. So for the scopes, we are going to be using bot since it's a bot, and that's the only thing that we need. Inside bot permissions, we need manage roles and manage channels, and moderate members, view channels, and manage events. And that is basically it. Inside text permissions, you want to allow it to send messages, create public threads, send messages in threads, manage messages, pin messages, manage threads, embed links, attach files, read message history, use external emojis, and create polls along with add reactions. Now you can change it based on what you want the bot to do. Like if you're creating a moderating bot, you can click on ban and kick members. If you're creating a voice bot, you can check on the voice permissions. And if you're making like a private bot, you can go inside private threads and do so. But after you click on all your bot permissions, this generated URL will come up at the bottom. You want to click it and you want to click on Control V. Now, after you open your Discord bot, you can see that all of this is going to be happening over here. This page will pop up. So this will allow the developer of this bot to add a bot to the server, create commands, but not paint a happy little tree, which is pretty sad for me. I really like trees. So we can click on continue. You can allow it to set all of these roles, and you can click on authorize. You can click on I'm human, and the bot has been added. So you can see that the bot has been added. So for this to come up, you can click on this member list button over here, and you can see that the bot is currently offline. So now we're going to add it code and make it online. Okay, so the first thing that we are going to be doing is importing our necessary libraries. The first is Discord, so we are going to import Discord. Then from discord.ext import commands, import os, from .env import low.env, and then import login. Now what is the need for each of these? So the first thing is that Discord, and this we are going to be using this for our bot. This is to get our token from the .env. This is to access the .env, and in logging is to log whatever we are doing. So Discord is the core API wrapper, commands is the command framework, logging writes bot activity to a file, .env loads sensitive data from .env, and OS accesses environment variables. Now the next thing is to load the token securely. So first thing is going to be load.env, and then token is equal to os.getEnv Discord token. So it's going to read the env file, extract the Discord token, and prevent hard coding credentials. Next thing is going to be our handler, so logging configuration. So handler is equal to logging.file handler. The file name is going to be discord.log. Our encoding is going to be UTF-8, and our mode is going to be write. And this line is going to be used for debugging and audits. And you can also change the level to logging.info to reduce the amount of logs, but we won't need that. Next thing is going to be our intent setup. So some privileged gateway intents can only be changed using this developer portal, but the intents can also be changed using your Python code, but not all of them. Be sure that if your program, let's say the bot, is not be able to do stuff, it's either because of these, you have not ticked one of this, or in OAuth 2 you have not given it a permission that is required to do the necessary action. So we are going to be making intents is equal to discord.intents.default, intents.message content is true, and then intents.members is also equal to true. So message content can read messages, and members can detect joins and roles. The next thing is bot is equal to commands.bot. So we are initializing our bot here. So what we're doing is that we are showing it that the command prefix is this. So let's say we type in, let's say we are typing in join. So it's going to do a command, because this exclamation mark shows that anything after the exclamation mark at the start is going to be a command. So some example commands is assign, or let's say hello, or something like that. Next, we're going to be creating a global variable. So we are having a super role. So I'm just going to be calling it super_role is equal to our programmer. So programmer Python. So this is basically a super role that you can assign yourself to make sure that the assign works. So it can be used in multiple commands, and it avoids duplication. The next thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be making an event. To make an event, you can click and type in bot.event, and async define on ready, print this bot has been connected to Discord. So it will run when the bot connects, and it confirms that the bot has been deployed. Then the next thing that we're going to be doing is basically make an onboarding event. So whenever a new member joins, it's going to have an auto DM that says welcome to the server and the random person. So you have to type in at bot.event again, and async define on_member_join, just type in member. And then after that, what you have to do is just type in await member.send welcome to the server member.name, and then it's going to print this particular join thing. So we are printing this bot has been connected to Discord. That shows that it's running. And then whenever a new person joins, it's going to show this person has joined the server. Welcome. Now we are going to be adding a message handling layer. That means a moderation layer. So let's say, let's make a new event. So same thing, bot.event. And I'm going to be putting async define on message. Now, we do not want any of this. I do not know why it came. But define on message. What we want is that, so if our message.author, so if our message.author is equal to a bot, so is equal to bot user, just click on return, because we do not want to check it if it is a bot user. But if it is not, then I'm just going to be typing in if, let's say, I'm not obviously not going to be putting in a swear word but for testing, I'm just going to be putting in a random, let's say QWE in message.content.lower await message.delete. So we're going to be putting message.delete, so .delete, and then after that await message.channel.send. This person mentioned, please do not use that word. So I'm not going to be typing in a swear word, but this is going to be used for testing in our moderation layer. So this deletes the message and sends a public warning. Okay, so now I'm going to be typing in await bot.process commands message. So I'm just going to be typing in tab with a tab over there so that it can start running. Okay, so we are done with our bot.events. Now we can start our bot.command. So I'm going to be making it another bot.event, and I'm going to be placing this inside the bot.event. And I do not know why this is not working. I'm just going to be typing in await. So at bot.event await. Okay, so now we're going to be making our command. So at bot.command, so for our commands, that's what we're going to be using at bot.command. So in bot.command, we are basically going to be putting in async. So bot.command async define hello. So async define hello ctx, that's going to be needed, and await ctx.send hello person ctx.author.mention, and then another bot.command. So we're basically going to be making and assigning commands now. So another at bot.command, we're going to be putting async define assign, again ctx, and then after that I'm going to be putting in role is equal to discord.utils.get ctx.guide roles name super role that we have. So we are going to be assigning a role, and the name of the role is the super role, which is programmer Python. And if role is already in ctx.author roles, that means if the person already has, if the role is already in the person's roles, that means it's going to say that you already have the role, and it will not give him the role. But if he does not have the role, then it's going to add the role to his roles and send that you have been assigned this specific role. Or else it will say that this role does not exist, which obviously is false, but it's just for a testing purpose. Okay, so I think that is it for this part over here. The next thing that we have to do is click on add bot.command again. So add bot.command, async define remove ctx. So to remove the roles, what we have is that role is going to be equal to the get the user's roles. So that's what I meant. So it's going to get the user's roles and name is the super role. And then after that, if we are going to be doing the same check as we did in the previous one, but instead of giving him the role, we are going to be clicking on dot remove roles instead of dot add roles. And the rest is going to be the same. Okay, now we are going to be adding around 4 to 5 more new commands that can be used. But if you think that this is enough for your simple bot, you can continue like this. But I am going to be adding more and more commands to make this a fully fledged command. Okay, so the next thing that we are going to be putting into our this is the send message thing, the send message. So if you put in author dot exclamation send, it's going to say that okay, so you sent this message inside the channel or something like that. So let's start making it. So before we do that, before we type in any commands, we are going to be going into the bot.event category. And inside here, you see everything that we made over here. I'm just going to be going and then typing in await bot.process commands. So I'm also going to be typing this inside over here, inside our if. After we have typed that in, we can go back because that was to make sure that our bot can process the commands. And now I'm going to be going down back over here and be making new commands. The next command is going to be to define DM. So async, so bot.command, async define DM, so DM ctx, and then member is nothing, so all I'm going to be doing is going to be star and then message. So await ctx.author.send message, and then I have sent a DM with your message. So that is basically it for our bot.command for our DM. So this allows the bot to send you a DM. That is basically what this command does. The next is going to be the reply. So I'm going to be putting it at bot.reply. So .reply, I'm going to be putting in async define reply ctx again as always, so ctx, and then after that await ctx.send, that this is a reply to your message. So await ctx.reply, sorry for the error, it's await ctx.reply to make sure that this is a reply. The next thing that we're going to be adding is going to be the allow it to do a poll. So how do we allow it to add a poll? So we are going to be putting bot.command in again, and we are going to be typing in async define poll ctx and question. Now embed, so I'm going to be typing in embed is equal to embed, so embed discord.embed, so discord.embed title is equal to a new poll, so new poll. Our description is equal to the question, and the color is basically whatever you want it to be, but I'm not gonna put in any color. And that's it. After that, we can type in poll message is equal to await ctx dot send embed is equal to embed. And I'm just going to be adding in two different reactions. So basically a tick reaction and a no and a down emoji. So an upvote and a downvote. So that is it for our poll. And we are very close into coming for this poll to end. Okay, now we are going to be putting restricted access. Now what this is basically, let's say you do not have the necessary role needed to do something, then it's going to say that this is a restricted access and that you cannot do it. So add bot.command, and then add commands has permissions. So commands.has underscore role, and the name of the role is basically super role. Then I'm going to be typing in async define secret ctx. This is a secret command that only this super role can access. So that is it for this. Now the last thing is going to be error handling. Now for error handling, all you need to do is add secret.error async. So at secret.error async define error, so async define secret error. And then after that, if instance error is this, then await to not have the required role to do this specific action. So if it is instance, error and commands dot missing role, you do not have permission to do this, or else an error occurred while processing your command. And you can click on S over here. And lastly, this is going to be to run the bot. So bot.run token. After the token, we want to add the log handler. So our log handler is handler, and the log level is equal to logging.debug. So using this, we have made a strong bot that can be used. So I'm going to run this Python code, and the discord.log has been created. We're going to wait just a bit. So you can see the bot has been connected to Discord. Let's go back here and let's just type in hello, or assign. That was the command that we were using, but it is not replying anything, which is not good. But you can see that the bot is now online. So to check for any errors, we can go back over here into discord.log, and you can see that command assign is not found. Now, why is command assign not found? We have to go and check. So I have already defined define command over here, so it should be working, but we can't check it out. Okay, so I found out why that the command is not working. It's because we need to put parentheses after the bot.command, which is my fault that I did not put the parentheses. But after every bot.command, we have to put a parentheses. Okay, so before we actually assign the role, we have to enable the role in our Discord server. So you can click on your server name, go into server settings, go into roles, and you can create a role. And then after that, you can just type in the name of the role, which my name is Programmer Python. And then after that, this is basically it. And then after that, in permissions, I think that we do not need to put anything over here. We do not need to put anything here, and we can just click on save changes. So after that, you can go back to your main Discord server, and we can now run our application, so our bot. Okay, I'm going to be typing in here. If I type in assign, you can see that I have been assigned the role, and then I can also type unassign to not assign me the role, to basically remove the role. I think it was actually remove. It was remove instead of unassigned, and you can see that the Programmer Python role has been removed. I can type in DM hello for the DM to come up. Yep, it has DM me. If I type in reply to this message, it is going to reply to the message. So this is a reply to your message. And then if I type a poll for is this bot good, a poll is going to come up showing if the bot is good or not. So this is a basic Discord Python bot that you can make. I hope you like it, and peace out.